Next topic is response to abiotic factors. Organisms maintain a constant internal environment that is called a homeostasis despite varying external environmental conditions. This is possible by the following processes: regulate, conform, migrate, and suspend. First, we can study how the organisms regulate a constant body temperature. It is the maintenance of homeostasis by physiological and behavioral means. It ensures a constant body temperature, that is thermoregulation, a constant osmotic concentration, that is osmoregulation, etc. Example: all birds, mammals, very few lower invertebrates and vertebrates that will show regulation. Next, we can study how mammals are doing thermoregulation. The success of mammal is mainly due to their ability to maintain constant body temperature. How they are regulating a constant body temperature? In summer, when outside temperature is more than the body temperature, that is 37 degrees Celsius, sweating occurs. This results in evaporative cooling and brings down the body temperature. Then what is happening in winter? In winter, when the temperature is below 37 degrees Celsius, shivering occurs. It produces heat and raises the body temperature. So in this way, mammals, especially human beings, are regulating their body temperature. The question which is arising here is how human beings are regulating a constant body temperature. Next comes another important question: why very small animals are rarely found in polar region? The answer is thermoregulation is energetically expensive, especially for small animals like shrews, hummingbird, etc. They have a large surface area relative to their volume, so they lose body heat very fast when it is cold outside. Then they have to expend much energy to generate body heat. Therefore, very small animals are rarely found in polar region. Second way of response to abiotic factor is conform. 99% of animals and nearly all plants cannot maintain a constant internal environment. Their body temperature or osmotic concentration change with the surrounding conditions. They are called conformers. In aquatic animals, osmotic concentration of body fluids changes with that of ambient osmotic concentration. Here you can see a graphical representation that's showing external level temperature on x-axis and internal level temperature on y-axis. And here you can see three groups of organisms. They are regulators, conformers, and partial regulators. Regulators, which are represented by the line red color, that shows that these organisms' internal level temperature do not fluctuate with the external level temperature. While in the case of conformers, these organisms' temperature changes according to the external level temperature. While other group of organisms, there we can see a change occurs only up to a certain limit. Beyond that, it will act as regulators. They are called partial regulators. So in partial regulators, the body temperature will change with the external level temperature only up to a certain limit. Beyond that, it becomes constant. They are called partial regulators. Then the third type of response to abiotic factor, that is migrate. Many animals like birds move away temporarily from stressful habitat to a more hospitable area and return when stressful period is over. Example for organisms that showing migration are: during winter, Koilado National Park, that is in Bharatpur, which is located in Rajasthan, hosts migratory birds coming from Siberia and other extremely cold northern regions. And the fourth type of response is suspend. In bacteria, fungi, and lower plants, thick-walled spores help to survive unfavorable conditions. Under suitable conditions, they germinate. In higher plants, seeds and some vegetative reproductive structures serve to tide over period of stress by reducing their metabolic activity. They germinate under favorable moisture and temperature. These are the responses shown by bacteria, fungi, lower plants and also higher plants against the abiotic factor. Animals are also doing suspend. For example, hibernation. Hibernation of bear during winter is a type of suspension. Aestivation of some snails and fishes, that's during summer. Diapause, it's a stage of suspended development shown by zooplanktons in lake and ponds. Next comes adaptation. Adaptation is the morphological, physiological and behavioral attribute that enables an organism to survive and reproduce in its habitat. Many adaptations have evolved over a long evolutionary time and are genetically fixed. Next, we have to study the adaptation shown by plants and animals. First one, adaptation of kangaroo rat. So this is an important question. Write the adaptation shown by kangaroo rat. The first one is they are showing internal fat oxidation which gives water as a byproduct if there is no external source of water. Second adaptation is they have the ability to concentrate urine so that minimum volume of water is used to remove as excretory products. The next question is write the adaptation shown by plants in desert region. First point, they have a thick cuticle on leaf surface. Second one, they have sunken stomata that help to minimize the water loss through transpiration. Sunken stomata are the stomata which is situated in deep pits. And the third adaptation is CAM pathway. They have a special pathway called crassulacean acid metabolism pathway that helps to reduce the water loss. And the fourth type of adaptation shown by plants like Opuntia, they does not possess any leaves. In spite they have spine, it is to reduce the transpiration. Next comes the adaptation shown by mammals. Mammals from colder climates have short ears and limbs to reduce heat loss. This is called Allen's rule. Aquatic mammals like seals have a thick layer of fat which is called a blubber below their skin that acts as an insulator and reduces the loss of body heat. Some organisms are showing physiological and biochemical adaptations to withstand their environmental condition. Example, Archaebacteria, they are found in hot springs and deep sea hydrothermal vents where the temperature is above 100 degrees Celsius. Many fishes thrive in Antarctic water where the temperature is below 0 degrees Celsius. Many marine invertebrates and fishes live at great depths in the ocean where the pressure is above 100 times the normal atmospheric pressure. Next comes another important question. The physiological and biochemical adaptation shown by human being at a high altitude. When we are moving to high altitude, we felt altitude sickness. It includes the symptoms like nausea, heart palpitation, fatigue, etc. This is due to low atmospheric pressure. So, body does not get enough oxygen. Gradually, we acclimatize with that situation and the body compensates with the low oxygen availability by increasing RBC production and increasing the breathing rate and decreasing the binding capacity of hemoglobin. Next comes the behavioral adaptations. Some of the examples for behavioral adaptations are desert lizard, which bask in the sun and absorb heat when their body temperature is low, and they will move to the shady region when the ambient temperature starts increasing. Some species burrow into the soil to hide and escape from above ground heat. These are the adaptations shown by various animals and plants.